The mysterious distress signal. Jim's gaze fixed on the infinite expanse of space from the observation deck of the Aurora. The stars outside seemed to mock his restless mind. It had been 5 years since he left Earth, haunted by the conflicts that still plagued his dreams. The Aurora, a space station rotating slowly, creaked like an old ship lost at sea. The solitude of space mirrored the emptiness he felt inside. A crackling voice over the intercom jolted him from his thoughts. Technician Fuller, report to Maintenance Bay 3. Repeat, Technician Fuller to Maintenance Bay 3. Jim sighed, his shoulders sagging under the weight of his responsibilities. He turned away from the window, his boots echoing as he walked through the station's winding corridors. The maintenance bay was a cluttered maze of pipes, wires, and machinery. Jim navigated it with practiced ease, his mind already running through potential issues. "About time you showed up," a gruff voice called out. Chief Engineer Raris emerged from behind a stack of crates, his face etched with annoyance. "We got a problem with the life support systems in Sector 7. Need you to run a full diagnostic and repair any issues." Jim nodded and reached for his toolkit. "Yes, sir, I'll get right on it." As he worked, his thoughts drifted to the life he had left behind on Earth. Relationships that had withered, and a future that seemed like a distant dream. Suddenly, the station shook violently, nearly throwing Jim off balance. He steadied himself, his heart racing. The lights flickered ominously. "What the hell was that?" he muttered, reaching for his communicator. "Control, this is Technician Fuller. We just experienced some kind of impact." "What's going on?" Static crackled before a response came through. "We are picking up an unidentified object on our scanners. Fuller, it looks like it might be a ship, but it's not responding to hails. Stand by for further instructions." Jim's pulse quickened. He had never encountered anything like this on the Aurora. Curiosity overrode his caution, and he moved towards the nearest viewport. His breath caught as he saw a sleek silver vessel drifting in the void. Its hull was marred by scorch marks and dents, and it was unlike any ship Jim had ever seen. Its design was alien, its purpose a mystery. Without thinking, Jim activated his communicator again. "Control, I have visual confirmation of the object. It's definitely a ship and looks damaged. We need to mount a rescue operation." There was a pause before the reply came through. "Negative, Fuller. We can't risk bringing an unknown vessel aboard. Stand down and return to your duties." Jim's jaw clenched. He could feel the old, familiar rush of adrenaline surging through him. "With all due respect, sir, there could be survivors on board. We can't just leave them out there." The response was stern. "Do not engage with the vessel. I repeat, do not engage." Jim hesitated. He knew the consequences of disobeying orders. But something about this situation felt different. It felt important. Taking a deep breath, he made his decision. He switched off his communicator and headed for the airlock, his heart pounding with a mix of fear and excitement. Minutes passed in a blur as Jim donned his spacesuit and ran through pre-flight checks. As the airlock cycled open, he felt a moment of hesitation. Was he really going to risk everything on a hunch? But as he looked out at the damaged ship floating helplessly, he knew he couldn't turn back now. Jim activated his suit's thrusters and propelled himself toward the mysterious vessel. As he approached, the extent of the damage became clear. The ship's hull was pockmarked with impacts, and a large gash had torn open one side, exposing the interior to the vacuum of space. With practiced precision, Jim maneuvered himself to the breach and illuminated the darkened interior with his helmet lights. "Hello," he called out, knowing his voice wouldn't carry in the vacuum, but hoping his suit's communications might pick up a response. For a long moment, there was silence. Then a faint light flickered in the depths of the ship. Jim's heart leaped as he saw movement, a figure emerging from the shadows, clad in a makeshift pressure suit. As the figure drew closer, Jim's eyes widened in shock. Through the improvised helmet, he could see a face that was undeniably alien. Blue-skinned with large, iridescent eyes that shimmered in the dim light. The alien raised a hand in what Jim recognized as a universal gesture of peace. Jim slowly extended his own hand, their glove-covered fingers touching. In that moment, Jim felt a connection that transcended species and language. Using hand signals, Jim indicated that he wanted to bring the alien back to the station. The blue-skinned being nodded, and then held up two fingers before pointing deeper into the ship. Jim's brow furrowed. There was another survivor. He followed the alien into the bowels of the damaged vessel, his suit's lights cutting through the darkness. They reached a small chamber that seemed to have maintained its atmosphere. The alien cycled through an airlock, and Jim followed into the chamber where he saw another figure slumped against the wall, a second alien, injured but alive. The unexpected impact. Jim's routine maintenance on the Aurora was interrupted by a sudden tremor, shaking the station. Alarms blared, and the lights flickered ominously. Jim's curiosity overrode his caution as he discovered a damaged alien ship drifting outside. Despite orders to ignore it, he couldn't abandon the potential survivors. Ignoring protocol, he suited up and ventured into space, propelled toward the mysterious vessel. The rescue operation. Jim approached the alien ship, its hull scarred and torn. With practiced precision, he maneuvered to a breach in the ship's side. Inside, he encountered a blue-skinned alien who, despite the language barrier, communicated a plea for help. Guided by hand signals, Jim followed the alien deeper into the vessel, finding another survivor in critical condition. Using his suit's emergency medical kit, Jim stabilized the injured alien. As he coordinated with Aurora for extraction, he reflected on the gravity of his choice, realizing that this mission might mark a turning point in interstellar diplomacy. The aftermath and revelations. Back on Aurora, Jim faced a mix of skepticism and relief from his crewmates. The rescued aliens were swiftly taken to medical facilities, and Jim was subjected to a barrage of questions from the station's command. The next few days were filled with tense anticipation as the aliens recovered and shared their story. They spoke of a devastating interstellar conflict and a desperate escape from their war-torn home. This revelation prompted Aurora's crew to consider forming new alliances and exploring peaceful resolutions. Jim, once a soldier haunted by past battles, found himself at the forefront of a new era in interstellar relations, driven by bravery and compassion. New alliances and diplomacy. The days following the rescue were a whirlwind of activity as the Aurora's crew worked tirelessly to integrate the alien survivors into their environment. Jim, who had once been a soldier focused solely on combat, now found himself in the heart of diplomatic efforts. The aliens, a blue-skinned species known as the Xanteri, were not just victims but potential allies in the broader cosmic community. Jim coordinated with Aurora's diplomatic officers to establish communication channels with the Xanteri. These negotiations were delicate, as the Xanteri's story of conflict and survival revealed deep-seated grievances and a mistrust of outsiders. Jim's role shifted from a mere technician to a key player in a delicate political dance. As he spent more time with the Xantari, Jim learned about their culture, technology, and the nature of their conflict. He discovered that their plight was not merely a result of war, but a desperate struggle for survival against a ruthless enemy. This realization deepened his commitment to helping them find a peaceful resolution. The Aurora's crew worked around the clock to repair the damaged Xantari ship and provide the necessary resources for their recovery. During this period, Jim and the Xantari leader, a wise and stoic individual named Vakari, formed an unexpected bond. Vakari, despite the trauma, exhibited a remarkable resilience and wisdom. He shared stories of the Xantari's ancient traditions, their achievements, and their aspirations for peace. These exchanges were not without challenges. There were moments of tension as old wounds were reopened and misunderstandings arose. However, Jim's genuine empathy and determination to bridge the gap between their species gradually won over the Xantari. He tirelessly worked to ensure that their needs were met while advocating for their cause to the Aurora's command. The unexpected threat. Just as progress seemed to be made, an unexpected threat loomed on the horizon. The Aurora detected a mysterious signal emanating from a nearby sector. The signal was faint but unmistakably artificial, hinting at a potential new danger or an opportunity. Jim and a team of scientists were dispatched to investigate the signal. As they ventured into the depths of space, they discovered that the signal originated from an abandoned space station. The station's design was alien, and its purpose was unclear. Jim and his team cautiously boarded the derelict structure, only to find it heavily damaged and seemingly abandoned. Amid the wreckage, they uncovered evidence of advanced technology and signs of recent activity. It became apparent that the station had been used for research and experimentation, possibly by the same forces that had been in conflict with the Xantari. The implications of their discovery were profound, suggesting that the war the Xantari had been fleeing was part of a larger, more sinister plot. The team retrieved data from the station's central computer, which hinted at the existence of a powerful weapon that could tip the balance of power in the ongoing conflict. Jim knew that this discovery could have far-reaching consequences, not only for the Xantari but for all of humanity as well. The decision. Back on the Aurora, the revelation of the powerful weapon and the full extent of the Xantauri's plight put Jim and the crew in a difficult position. The weapon, if it fell into the wrong hands, could lead to unimaginable destruction. The Aurora's command debated their next steps, weighing the risks and potential benefits of their findings. Jim, guided by his sense of responsibility and his newfound respect for the Xantauri, proposed a bold plan. He suggested that they collaborate with the Xantauri to secure the weapon and prevent it from being used. This would involve a joint mission to neutralize the weapon and ensure that it could not be exploited by their enemies. The proposal was met with mixed reactions. Some of the crew were hesitant, fearing the potential dangers of such a mission. Others, inspired by Jim's determination and the recent successes in diplomacy, supported the plan. Ultimately, the decision was made to proceed with the mission, with Jim and a team of both humans and Xantauri preparing for what could be the most dangerous and critical operation of their careers. The mission begins. With the plan set in motion, Jim and the team embarked on their mission to locate and neutralize the weapon. The joint operation required precise coordination between the Aurora's crew and the Xantauri. As they approached the location where the weapon was believed to be hidden, tensions ran high, but so did their resolve. Navigating through treacherous space and overcoming unexpected challenges, the team pressed forward. Jim's leadership and the Xantauri's technological expertise proved invaluable as they worked together to outmaneuver potential threats and reach their objective. As they neared the weapon's location, they encountered fierce resistance from forces that sought to protect the weapon. A series of intense confrontations tested their resolve and skills. The mission became a race against time, with the future of their newfound alliance hanging in the balance. The final confrontation. The final confrontation was both exhilarating and harrowing. Jim and the team faced their adversaries head-on, battling through a series of high-stakes encounters. The weapon, a massive construct of ominous design, loomed ahead, its destructive potential evident. With a combination of courage, strategy, and teamwork, Jim and the Xantauri managed to disable the weapon and neutralize the immediate threat. The operation, while successful, came at a cost, and the team faced both physical and emotional scars from their ordeal. In the aftermath of the mission, Jim and the Xantauri emerged as heroes. Their collaboration not only averted a major catastrophe, but also solidified a new bond between their species. The Aurora's crew and the Xantauri began the process of rebuilding and strengthening their alliance, guided by the lessons learned from their shared experiences. A new beginning. With the immediate danger behind them, Jim and the Xantauri focused on forging a path toward lasting peace. The successful mission marked the beginning of a new chapter in interstellar relations, one built on mutual respect and cooperation. Jim, once a solitary figure haunted by the past, found a renewed sense of purpose in his role as a diplomat and ally. The Xantauri, now regarded as friends and partners, joined the Aurora's crew in shaping a hopeful future for both their peoples. The story of Jim's life-saving decision became a symbol of courage, compassion, and the power of working together across the stars. The challenges they faced and overcame demonstrated the strength of human ingenuity and the potential for positive change in the vast and unpredictable cosmos. The legacy of unity. In the months following the mission, the Aurora became a hub of interstellar diplomacy and cooperation. The alliance between humanity and the Xantauri began to flourish, leading to unprecedented advancements in technology and mutual understanding. The successful neutralization of the weapon not only secured peace, but also paved the way for new opportunities and collaborations. Jim, now a respected figure within the diplomatic community, continued to work tirelessly to strengthen the alliance. His efforts were focused on fostering cultural exchanges and building trust between the two species. The Aurora hosted a series of joint missions and scientific endeavors, showcasing the benefits of their partnership. One of the most significant outcomes of their cooperation was the establishment of a joint research facility on a neutral space station. This facility became a center for innovation, where human and Xantauri scientists worked side by side to address universal challenges and explore new frontiers. The collaborative spirit that emerged from their shared experiences served as a testament to the potential of unity and cooperation. Reflections on the past. As the years passed, Jim often found himself reflecting on the journey that had brought him to this point. The weight of his past battles and personal sacrifices had been replaced by a sense of fulfillment and purpose. He had witnessed firsthand the transformative power of empathy and collaboration, and it had reshaped his understanding of his role in the universe. Jim's relationship with the Xantauri grew stronger, with many of them becoming close friends and allies. His bond with Vakari, the Xantari leader, deepened into a profound friendship based on mutual respect and shared goals. Together, they navigated the complexities of interstellar diplomacy and worked towards ensuring a lasting peace. Despite the challenges and conflicts that had once seemed insurmountable, Jim recognized that their efforts had made a tangible difference. The story of their alliance became an inspiring example of how diverse species could overcome their differences and work together for a common good. A new era of exploration. The success of the Aurora's mission and the strengthened alliance with the Xantari marked the beginning of a new era of exploration and discovery. With newfound confidence and collaboration, humanity and the Xantari embarked on joint missions to explore uncharted regions of space. These explorations led to remarkable discoveries and advancements. The combined expertise of human and Xantari scientists allowed them to unlock secrets of the cosmos that had previously been beyond reach. Their efforts contributed to a deeper understanding of the universe and the potential for future exploration. Jim and Vakari became symbols of this new era, leading missions and representing the unity between their species. Their adventures were celebrated as examples of what could be achieved when different cultures came together with a shared vision and purpose. The promise of future generations. As the years continued, Jim's story and the legacy of his decision became a source of inspiration for future generations. The alliance between humanity and the Xantari was not only a testament to their own achievements, but also a promise of what could be accomplished by future explorers and diplomats. Jim's life, once defined by conflict and struggle, had transformed into a beacon of hope and unity. His journey was remembered as a pivotal moment in the history of interstellar relations, demonstrating the power of courage, compassion, and cooperation. The next generation of explorers grew up with the lessons of Jim's era, inspired by the story of how different species had come together to overcome adversity and build a brighter future. The legacy of unity and collaboration continued to shape their endeavors, driving them to push the boundaries of exploration and understanding. As Jim looked out into the stars, he felt a profound sense of fulfillment and wonder. The universe, once a vast and mysterious expanse, had become a canvas of possibilities, painted with the colors of hope, unity, and exploration. The alliance between humanity and the Xantari had not only bridged the gap between two species, but had also ignited a flame of curiosity and collaboration that burned brightly in the hearts of many. The Aurora, now a symbol of interstellar cooperation, continued its journey through the cosmos, hosting a diverse crew of humans and Xantari. Together, they ventured into uncharted territories, seeking to understand and connect with the countless civilizations that lay beyond the stars. Each new discovery was a reminder of the boundless potential that existed when different beings worked towards a common goal. Jim's role had evolved from a soldier haunted by his past to a leader and visionary guiding the future of interstellar relations. His legacy was not just in the missions he led or the battles he fought, but in the spirit of exploration and mutual respect he helped foster. The stories of his bravery and compassion became legendary, inspiring generations to come. The universe, with all its mysteries and challenges, was no longer an intimidating void but an open frontier filled with opportunities for growth and discovery. Jim's story was a testament to the power of choice, the impact of empathy, and the importance of forging connections with those who were once considered strangers. As he reflected on his journey, Jim understood that the true measure of success was not in the accolades or achievements, but in the lasting impact he had made. The relationships he had built, the peace he had helped secure, and the future he had shaped were his greatest accomplishments. With a final glance at the stars, Jim embraced the knowledge that the adventure was far from over. The universe was a vast and wondrous place, and the path ahead was filled with infinite possibilities. His journey was a reminder that even in the darkest of times, there was always hope, and that the quest for understanding and unity would continue to drive the exploration of the cosmos. And so, with the Aurora sailing gracefully through the stars, Jim's story became a beacon of inspiration, lighting the way for all those who dared to dream of a future where cooperation and curiosity knew no bounds. The legacy of his decision, his courage, and his unyielding belief in the power of unity would continue to shine brightly, guiding future generations as they ventured into the infinite expanse of space, forever inspired by the promise of what could be achieved when worlds came together.